Welcome to WordPress Daily with your host, Tom Mullins. Episode number 1, Avada Responsive Multi-Purpose Theme. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 1 of WordPress Daily, your interactive, all things WordPress podcast. Every Monday through Friday, we're going to come to you with a short and sweet podcast about all things WordPress. Maybe we'll dive into a theme, we'll review a plugin, we'll share a tip and a trick with all things WordPress. WordPress Daily is a production of the TechMerge podcasting network. For more information about TechMerge, visit us online at www.techmerge.net. You'll find our other podcasts, our shows, and all kinds of WordPress news right there on techmerge.net. Merging faith and technology. We're excited to be here today. We're excited to be a part of this new endeavor. We're excited that you're watching. We're excited about WordPress. And today we're going to take a look at the Avada theme. The Avada theme is one of my go-to themes for building WordPress sites. It's available on ThemeForest. The cost of this theme is about $60. Occasionally you'll find it on special, but not too often. It's a pretty popular theme. And we're going to kind of dive into it. So as you can see here looking at the website, it is available on the ThemeForest website, and it's a pretty cool theme. It's an easy to use theme. It's pretty easy to install, and as we're on this live show today, we're going to actually install this theme, install some demo content, and kind of take you through the setup process of installing this theme and preparing it for your content. They say it's one of the best-selling themes of all time. It has over 400,000 installs on the internet. So this is a very, very popular theme. It's got a 5-star customer satisfaction rating. I've had to use some support in the past, and they're great at answering support questions and supporting you. They have over $200 worth of premium plugins right here included in the theme. So you're getting a really good deal when you purchase the Avada theme. We'll just scroll through the page here. People love it. There's 55 new features in the most recent release. I have a ton of demos. I'm talking probably 30 or 40 different types of demos that you can install to kind of get you started. It's very search engine optimized and friendly. It's just a really, 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 really good theme. And one of the great things about ThemeForest is when you buy a theme on ThemeForest, you get all the updates that come down the road. So if they update the Avada theme in a month or a week or whatever, you have the opportunity to download those updates free. And we'll show you and talk a little bit more about that as we dive into the show today. It's pretty exciting. So let's just get started. So I'm going to bring up a development version of WordPress. It's going to be just a real easy install of WordPress here, and not added a whole lot of extra content to it at this point. We're just going to bring it up and we're going to kick it off. So we've got the WordPress default installation here. There's not a whole lot going on. So to install a new theme, we'll go to Appearance and we'll go to Themes. One of the housekeeping items that I prefer to do when I'm working with a new website or a new design is I like to remove anything that I'm not using, any of those old themes that I'm not using. So we'll do that after we install and activate the new Avada theme. So when I click on the Add Theme and Upload Theme, I'm going to go in and I'm going to pick the file for the theme. Let's see here. Where is that file? Where is that file? That file is right here. So we've grabbed the file here and we are going to hit the installation button. It will take just a couple minutes because it is a fairly large theme. And then I'm going to actually go back to just my picture for a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how we register it. And I'm going to register it with a code so that we can go ahead and install the premium plugins and all the added content, demo content for this theme as we get started. So as you can see here, we're installing the theme right now through the browser. Nothing special. This is just a default installation of WordPress. We're using DreamHost as our primary host provider. If you want to learn more about DreamHost, go to our website. There's a link at the bottom of the page that says DreamHost. Check them out. They're a great web hosting provider. By the way, you can support our show if you sign up through one of our links on our website. So we've installed the theme. We're going to go ahead and activate the theme. So we're going to click the Activate button. The Activate button is going to activate the theme for us. So as this is taking place, the theme's ready to go, and it tells you, gives us some warnings to go manage your plugins. It requires some plugins. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to swap over to another camera here so that I can hit the registration button here and go ahead and enter my registration credentials so that I can start installing this. And I don't want to give you my code. So we're going to go ahead and register this theme. It shouldn't take but just a moment. And it is registered. So that is great. So I'm going to click on that View Managed Plugins and go manage my plugins. So we'll give that just a second to load. And once it loads, I'll switch back over to my screen. So the Avada theme does require a few plugins to get started. By the way, it's got WooCommerce as an option. Does a really good job as a shopping cart theme if you need to sell some products. It's got BB Press. It's got Yoast CEO for search engine optimization. It's got the event calendar, Contact Form 7, Convert Plus, which is a premium theme. Fusion White Label. Let's say you're building a site for a client and you want to brand or white label brand the WordPress backend. You can do that through Fusion White Label branding. There is Custom Fields Pro, Advanced Custom Fields Pro. It's a great application of adding additional fields into your database, additional fields into your posts. And of course the Layer Slider, which is a premium plugin, or my favorite, which is Slider Revolution. We're going to install these required plugins. We're going to start with the Fusion Core, Fusion Page Builder. We'll hit the install button. It takes just a few minutes to do. So once we've done that, we'll go back. That is installed and activated successfully. We'll go back to Manage Plugins, and we will hit the Fusion Builder, and we'll install the Fusion Builder. And return to the plugin list. And I'm going to go ahead and install Slider Revolution. It is my favorite Slider program. And by the way, if it's not bundled with a theme, you can purchase it separately at Theme Forest. I'll have a link in the show notes to tell you how to do that. And let's see how long it takes to download and install that plugin. Shouldn't take too long. But while we're doing that, take a minute and subscribe to this podcast on iTunes. It is WordPress Daily by TechMerge. You can check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/TechMerge. You can check us out on YouTube. Our YouTube channel has tons of content, and it's expanding every single day as we expand our show lineup. Simply search for TechMerge on our YouTube channel. And let's say you want to help us out with Patreon. So you can go to patreon.com/TechMerge and support this show. And we really would appreciate every bit of support that you can provide us. So Slider Revolution is still installing. It apparently is a pretty big add-on. So it'll take just a couple minutes here to install. Once it does, we'll get prompted for that. And this is live recording, live television here, live podcasting. So, we want to do this as if we're doing this at your house or you're doing it yourself, and just walk you through this whole process and kind of give you an idea of how long it's going to take to do the default installation of the Avada theme, install all the required plugins, and install some demo content. And then we'll take a look at the theme itself, some of the demo pages that are out there, and tell you a little bit more about what you can do to customize that theme for your website. That's what we're all about here at WordPress Daily. It's exciting to take a look. It's excited to check this out. It's taken a little bit of time. So as we're doing this, I want to talk a little bit more about some of the other things that I do for WordPress. Well, I got a 404 error. So, well, one of the things about live podcasting is sometimes things don't go the way they seem. So let's try that one more time. Revolution slider. We're going to try to install it one more time. And by the way, it went that time fine. And it is already there. So that's good news. It was already installed. Now we just have to activate it. So let's activate that theme. Or excuse me, that plugin. Hopefully it won't take that long. Okay, so that is active. We're going to go ahead and install Contact Form 7 because it is required for the demo content. That one didn't take very long. We're going to install the event calendar. That one's all installed and active. And let's go back here to the plugin requirements for the Avada theme. And we'll go ahead and install Yoast CEO for search engine optimization. It's a great plugin. It's one of the ones that I recommend for all of our websites, and we'll dive into that in a future episode of WordPress Daily. So we've kind of got all those themes ready to go, and we're going to go ahead and go to the Fusion Patcher. Fusion Patcher is basically a way for the Avada theme makers to patch issues with the theme. So what they do is they basically will roll out patches, and you can install those patches by simply going through the form or Fusion Patcher and just simply apply the patch. It's a very simple process. It can be done again if you run into problems and you need to reapply the patch. You can do that as well. So it makes it pretty easy to manage updates to the Avada theme with the Fusion Patcher. So once we have all three of these patched, we do. So what we're going to do is now we're going to click on the demo link, and we're going to install basically the default Avada demo. There's a ton of them, as you can see here. There's just a ton of Avada content demos, and we're not going to go through each and every one of them because they're just so vast. But the one that we are going to install is really the default theme, the Avada theme. And we're going to go ahead and hit the import. And because we are installing some demo content, we're going to go ahead and say import all content. That's going to import all the themes, all the sliders, everything. And it says that we need the layer slider WP, so we're going to go ahead and install that real quick as well. So what's really cool about this is it allows you to install it and make it active right within this demo import screen. So we're going to go ahead and select all import content, and we're going to go ahead and import. It's going to ask us, are we sure? Do we have enough memory? Do we have all the requirements to do so? Well, let's hope. This is the default installation of WordPress on DreamHost. So we're going to give it a shot and see if it works. So we're going to go ahead and download and import all of that great Avada Classic content to our website. So let's give this just a couple moments here, and hopefully it will come up pretty quickly and we can kind of get started diving into the Avada and taking a look at the theme. So one of the things that I told you is some of the housekeeping things that we do when we install a new WordPress site. One of those things is I like to make sure that I change the default user admin account. Oftentimes when you do a default installation, the default user is admin. And you have to always have a valid admin account. You can't delete the one that you're on. So basically what you have to do is you got to go through the WordPress site, go to your user manager. You'll create a new administrative user. Call it something totally different from admin. Don't call it your name of your site. Don't call it admin, webmaster, web, whatever. Just make up something that is not obvious as to that it's an admin account. WordPress is a very, very active with millions of installs around the globe, and there's an attack surface. And one of the ways that they attack WordPress is to just scan with bots looking for admin accounts, and then trying to do a brute force attack on those admin accounts. So if you remove the admin account, it makes it just a little bit harder for a brute force attack to attack your default admin user account because it doesn't exist anymore. So once you've removed the admin user, added the new user, you'll log out as admin, you'll log back in as the new user, and then you'll go back into the user manager and you'll remove the old admin account. That will make sure that you no longer have an admin user on the WordPress install. And I believe this particular install I do, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and go ahead and do that, take my own advice and remove it. So I'm going to go to users and all users. And I'm logged in as this other user here, so I'm going to delete the admin user and I'm going to confirm the deletion. So now I only have that one user. Now one of the other housekeeping things that I always like to do is get rid of any themes that I'm not using. So in case you need to switch away from the Avada theme and move to another theme temporarily or for troubleshooting or whatever, I always encourage you to keep at least one theme. I'm going to keep the 2017 theme, but I'm going to remove the rest. So I'm going to keep this theme here, but I'm going to go ahead and remove the rest. So I'm going to click on the theme details. I'm going to go down and hit delete, and I'm going to hit OK. And that's going to delete that theme, and it's going to go right away. I'm going to go to 2016. I'm going to click on details. I'm going to go down to delete, and I'm going to click OK. Okay, now I've only got the two themes. I've got 2017, which I'm going to use possibly as a backup, and then of course I have the Avada theme, which is the one that we're going to work on today. So we'll come over here and we'll hit the customize button. And once that screen loads up, we'll make some custom changes to the site. We'll just give it a moment here. So under site identity, well, that kind of went kind of quick there. So under site identity, we're going to change the site title. And for the sake of this demo, we're going to call it WordPress and if I could type today, we'll get it right. We're going to call it WordPress Daily. And then the tagline, we're going to change that to all things WordPress. It's pretty cool. And we're going to go ahead and publish that change. So we've named the site what we would like our name of the site to be. And now we're just going to kind of go back and dive in here. So we've gone ahead and done that. So we're going to go back to the admin page. And we're simply going to go up to WordPress Daily, which is the name of our new site, and we're going to hit View Site. And that's going to allow us to take a look at the site. Now this is the default installation of the Avada theme using the Avada Classic site. As you can see, they've kind of got a lot of content kind of laid out here, kind of different designs, different structure here, just to showcase everything this theme can do. And what I encourage people to do is kind of go through all the home samples and find a home page that you kind of like, that at least looks right, that looks like something that you would like to use as your starting point. So we're going to kind of go through a couple of them real quick. I'm going to go to Home View version 9. I can't remember what each one of these are right now, but we're going to take a look. This is pretty cool. It's got a responsive header there, paradox. It's got some pretty cool interactions there as you hover over. It's got a light box here with multiple pictures. Wow, it's got a photo background with a button there. And of course, it's got some default footer information. So this is kind of, let's say we want to take this particular layout and we want to kind of use it. So we want to modify this layout for our purposes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on the edit page. I'm going to show you a little bit about the Fusion editor and how it kind of works. It's pretty cool. It is kind of a deluxe editor. It allows you to make a lot of customizations to the theme, and it's pretty cool. It's called the Fusion Builder, by the way, not the Fusion Editor. But what we're going to do is we're going to let this load right up, and then we're going to kind of take a look at how you lay out a page in the Fusion Editor. Now, we may not get super in-depth today, just because I don't want to spend an hour showing you everything there is to know about this particular Avada theme, because the sky is the limit. But as you can see, it only took a few minutes to install this theme, to get it up and running, and to get the demo content installed so that you can get started designing your own website. So as you look at the Fusion Builder, you can see that all of these different areas are elements, okay? And within this container, you'll find different elements in different sections, okay? And let's say we want to take a look at the flip boxes. There's flip boxes that were in the middle of the page that flipped when you hovered over them. That's this content right here. So we're going to edit it, and you'll see there's actually 3 different flip boxes per row. And we're going to click into the first one here and kind of see how it works. So flipbox heading, we can change that to whatever we would like. Let's say WordPress rocks. Perfect for all sizes. Let's change that out to perfect for all web projects, okay? And the front side content right here. Avada's responsive framework ensures that your site looks good on every browser, or every screen size. And then we can say no matter the size of your screen or device, your site will look fantastic. So this is just how you would customize that, okay? If you want a particular icon to show up, which will change, we'll probably use, let's see, let's use the camera icon. So we're going to save that out. We've made that change to the theme. And we're going to come right up here and we're going to hit the update button. And that page is going to update. And we're going to go ahead and click edit. And then we're going to click view, and it's actually going to take us to the live version of the page so that we can see what that edit looked like that we just made. Now there's so much here that we can get into. As you can see here, WordPress rocks. Avada's and you can see the content that we customized right here. Let's say you don't like the color scheme of this particular site right now, and we want to go in and kind of make that change. So what you simply would do was go up to the Avada link at the top and click Theme Options. And when you click Theme Options, it's going to take you into all of the Avada theme options. There's a vast number of those. And we're going to go down to colors. And it just takes a moment here to load up. It's being a little ornery for whatever reason and kind of going someplace else. May have something to do with my screen capturing software. But we're going to go ahead and choose a new color scheme. Let's say we don't like that green and we want to go with a blue. So we're going to change the entire site's color scheme to blue. And we're going to pick a blue as the primary color. So we're going to click there. And I'm going to go up and select a version of blue here. And we're going to save out that change, and we're going to apply that change. So once we've applied that change and saved it out, well, guess what? If we go back to the site, once it's applied, changes up and running. So if we go back to the website here, and if everything worked the way it was supposed to, the color scheme should have changed to blue. Well, for whatever reason it didn't. So let's find out why. So we're going to go back to the Avada and we're going to go to Theme Options. Now keep in mind, we have not customized this at all. We've not added anything that's not default. We just have basically done the default installation of the Avada theme. So I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to choose the color. Your current options will be replaced, and it says that. So that's correct. That's what we want. And then we're going to go over here and choose the primary color. And it's blue. And then we're going to go in here and save the settings. So let's see if it saves this time and begins to work the way it's supposed to. Looks like the page has refreshed there, so I'm assuming that everything's changed. By the way, there's a lot of different customization options here, everything from footers to sidebars to sliding bars to page title bars to logos to your header to your footer to your social media links. All of these things can be handled right within the Fusion Builder and Theme Options under the Avada link. So we've made those changes. Let's go back and try to load the main page of our site real quick and see if that has changed. So yeah, we're starting to see some blue coming through. So if we go to homepage version 9, hopefully some of that theme customizations that was not blue before, was yellow before, or really green, I guess, has now been changed to blue. As you can see, kind of the theme overall has been changed. Now the Avada logo, that's a custom logo. We'd have to change that to whatever our logo is that we're using for our website. We would just do that right there. But anyway, that is kind of a quick summary of the Avada theme. If you want to pick up the Avada theme, there's a link in the show notes that will directly take you to the ThemeForce page. The theme cost right now is $60. It is available. Like I said, it takes just a couple minutes to install. It's not too difficult to install. We'll probably dive into more features and functions of the Avada theme in a future episode of the WordPress Daily Podcast. This was episode number 1 of the WordPress Daily Podcast. My name is Tom Mullins. I'm your host, and I am part of the TechMerge podcasting network. For more information about TechMerge, visit us online at www.techmerge.net. Merging faith and technology, the TechMerge podcasting network. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow with another WordPress Daily.